Stand in front of a mirror right now. Tilt your chin up just slightly and look at the underside of your jaw, the skin from the bottom of your chin down to your collarbone. What do you see? If you've been over 60 long enough, you already know what you see. A loose curtain of skin hanging where there used to be a clean jawline. Some people call it a turkey neck, some people call it a waddle. Most people stop wearing scarves they actually like, button their shirts higher, and quietly avoid being photographed from the side. Some stop being photographed at all. You've probably tried things. A $90 cream that promised to lift, a jade roller, a gua sha tool. Maybe you've quietly looked up the price of a neck lift somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000 and closed the tab because that is not money sitting in a drawer. And here is what nobody has told you. Every single one of those approaches is aimed at the wrong layer of your neck. The skin you see in the mirror is not the problem. The skin is the curtain. The problem is the rod the curtain hangs on, and the rod has gone slack. Once you understand which rod, and you spend 30 seconds a day tightening it, the curtain lifts on its own. No surgery, no lasers, no jar of cream. Subscribe to this channel and help us reach 100,000. Every subscriber means one more older adult finds information their regular doctor never had time to share in a 1-2 minute appointment. Now, 3 things people try and why each one fails. First, creams. Look at the ingredient list on any neck firming cream. Retinol, peptides, hyaluronic acid. These are real skincare actives, and they work at the level of the epidermis. The epidermis is the outermost layer of your skin, about as thick as a single sheet of paper. A turkey neck is not an epidermis problem. The looseness you see comes from structures sitting half an inch below the surface. A cream cannot physically reach them. Spending $90 a jar to treat the wrong layer is like polishing the windshield of a car with a flat tire. Second, weight loss. People assume the loose skin under the jaw is fat. Some of it is, but many people who lose 30 pounds find their neck looks worse, not better, because the underlying muscle never tightens. Only the cushion between the skin and the muscle disappears. Now there is more curtain and less to hold it up. Third, surgery. A neck lift physically removes skin and tightens what remains. It works. It also costs thousands of dollars, requires general anesthesia, 2 weeks of recovery, and carries surgical risks that climb after 60. For most people, surgery is not the right first step. It is the step you take when you have exhausted what your own body can do for itself, and almost no one has actually exhausted that. Before I show you the exercise, here are the warning signs that mean you stop watching this video and call a doctor today. A neck lump that has appeared in the last 6 months, especially one that does not move when you swallow. Sudden, asymmetric swelling on one side only. Hoarseness in your voice lasting more than 3 weeks. Difficulty swallowing food or pills. Unexplained weight loss combined with changes in your neck. Any one of those is a reason for a same-week medical appointment, not a YouTube exercise. The technique I am about to describe addresses age-related muscle and structural change. It does not treat thyroid disease, lymphoma, or head and neck cancer. If anything in that list applies to you, close this video and make the call. For everyone else, here is what is actually happening under the skin of your neck. There are 3 structures that decide whether your jawline looks defined or collapsed. Most people have never heard of 2 of them. First, the platysma. The platysma is a thin, broad sheet of muscle that runs from your collarbone up across the front of your neck and attaches under your jaw. Imagine a single sheet of fabric stretched tight from your chest up to your chin. That is your platysma. When it is toned, it pulls the skin of your neck taut against the underlying structures. When it weakens, it sags, and it takes the skin in front of it down with it. Here is the critical fact. The platysma is not a muscle that gets used in normal daily life. You do not engage it when you talk, eat, walk, or turn your head. It is a facial expression muscle, used mainly when you grimace or pull your lower lip down with force. Most adults will go entire decades without ever consciously contracting it. And a muscle that is never used atrophies. It thins, it loosens. After 50, the platysma loses thickness faster than almost any other muscle in your body simply because nothing in modern life asks it to work. Second, The hyoid bone. The hyoid is a small horseshoe-shaped bone in the front of your neck, just above your Adam's apple. Unlike every other bone in your body, the hyoid does not connect to any other bone. It is suspended entirely by muscles and ligaments, like a hammock held up by ropes. Those ropes are the suprahyoid and infrahyoid muscle groups. As those muscles weaken with age, the hyoid drops lower in the neck. When it drops, the angle between your chin and your throat, the angle that defines a sharp jawline, collapses. A youthful neck has a clean angle of about 105 to 115 degrees there. A neck that has lost hyoid suspension has an angle closer to 130 or 140 degrees. Skin that used to cover a sharp corner now drapes over a gentle slope. That is the curtain effect. Third, forward head posture. Look at how you are sitting right now, reading on a phone, watching a screen. Your head is most likely positioned 1 to 3 inches in front of your shoulders. For every inch your head moves forward of your spine, the muscles at the back of your neck must work harder to hold it up, and the muscles at the front of your neck, including the platysma and the suprahyoid group, go slack. Hold that posture 8 hours a day, every day, for 20 years, and the front of your neck has been in shutdown mode for a long, long time. 3 structures: platysma sheet, hyoid hammock, postural alignment. When all 3 weaken together, the visible result is what people call a turkey neck. Address all 3 at once, and the most efficient way to do exactly that turns out to be a single 30-second exercise, and the visible result reverses. Picture a woman, 64 years old. Call her Margaret. She described this exact problem to a friend. She had retired the year before, started seeing photos of herself at family gatherings, and decided she could not look at one more picture where she did not recognize her own jawline. Over 18 months, by her own count, she spent close to $4,000 on creams, derma rollers, microcurrent devices, and one consultation with a plastic surgeon who quoted her $11,000 for a lower face and neck lift. She had not done 1 minute of work on the muscle underneath the skin she was trying to lift. When the mechanism was explained to her platysma hyoid posture, she said something worth repeating exactly. She said, "In 64 years, no one has ever told me I had a muscle there. I thought my neck was just skin in a windpipe." Most people think the same thing. The platysma is invisible from the outside. It is not in the workout videos. It is not in the yoga classes. It is in no one's daily routine. And it is collapsing in nearly everyone past 50. Here is the exercise. Read the description twice before you try it. Technique matters more than duration. Sit upright in a chair, back straight, feet flat on the floor, roll your shoulders back and down. This single act corrects forward head posture before you start. The exercise will not work if your shoulders are slumped. Step 1. Press the flat of your tongue firmly against the roof of your mouth. The entire tongue, not just the tip. Push it up against the hard palate as if you are trying to flatten a piece of bread against the ceiling of your mouth. Hold that pressure for the entire exercise. This one action engages the suprahyoid muscle group, the ropes that hold up the hyoid hammock. Step 2. Keeping your tongue pressed firmly upward, slowly tilt your head backward. Look up toward the ceiling. Go as far as you comfortably can without straining. You should feel the skin under your jaw stretch as your chin rises. Step 3. With your head tilted back and your tongue still pressed up, push your lower jaw forward. Slide it forward as if you are trying to make your bottom teeth meet your top lip. You will feel a strong pulling sensation along the entire front of your neck, from your collarbone up to your jaw. That sensation is your platysma activating, possibly for the first time in many years. Hold that position for 10 seconds. Tongue pressed up, head tilted back, lower jaw forward, front of the neck pulling tight. Slowly relax. Bring your head back to neutral. Release the tongue. Repeat the full sequence 3 times. Total elapsed time, including brief rests between rounds, is roughly 30 seconds. Do this once in the morning, once in the evening. 2 minutes a day. That is all. A common reaction is, 30 seconds cannot possibly be enough. Let me address that directly. The platysma is not a large muscle. It does not need long workouts. It needs activation. Most muscles in your body respond to load and repetition over time. The platysma, because it has been completely dormant for so long, responds to almost any deliberate contraction at all. In the first 2 weeks, you may not see anything change in the mirror. Inside the muscle, however, neural pathways are reactivating. Your brain is relearning how to send signals to a structure it had effectively forgotten. By week 4, the muscle fibers that thinned begin thickening. By week 6 to 8, the platysma is producing enough resting tension to lift the overlying skin. By week 10 to 12, the visible change is what most people would describe as significant. This is the same biological principle that lets a person rebuild leg strength after weeks bedridden in a hospital. The muscle fibers are still there, the connections just need to be reestablished. Reactivation is faster than building from scratch. The reason 30 seconds works and a 5-minute workout does not is simple. The platysma fatigues quickly. After about 12 to 15 seconds of strong contraction, it stops producing useful tension. 3 rounds of 10 seconds with brief recovery between them gives you maximum useful contraction without overworking a small, thin muscle. More is not better here. More is just more. The exercise is the centerpiece. 3 small additions accelerate the result. Morning. After the 3-0-second sequence, spend another 30 seconds on a chin tuck. Sit upright. Place 2 fingers on your chin. Use those fingers to gently push your chin straight backward, not down, backward as if you were trying to make a double chin on purpose. Hold 5 seconds, release, repeat 5 times. This trains the deep cervical flexors, the muscles that hold your head over your shoulders instead of in front of them. It directly reverses forward head posture. Daytime. Once an hour, wherever you are, perform a single platysma contraction. You do not need the full sequence. Just press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, lift your chin slightly, and pull the corners of your mouth downward firmly for 5 seconds. People around you will not notice. The muscle remembers. Evening. Sleep on your back if you can. Side sleeping compresses the front of the neck on whichever side you are facing for hours every night. Over decades, that contributes asymmetrically to the collapse. A flat to medium pillow that keeps your neck in line with your spine, not a thick pillow that pushes your chin toward your chest, protects the work you are doing during the day. 2 more things make turkey neck worse, independent of muscle work. Dehydration. The skin of the neck is among the thinnest skin on your body. When you are even mildly dehydrated, that skin loses its plumpness and the underlying looseness becomes more visible. Most adults over 60 walk around chronically dehydrated because the thirst signal weakens with age. Aim for roughly 60 ounces of water spread across the day, not chugged all at once. Looking down at a phone. Every minute you spend with your chin tucked toward your chest is a minute the skin under your jaw is folded against itself. Hold a piece of paper folded in half for 10 years and the crease becomes permanent. The same physics applies to the skin of your neck. Hold your phone at eye level. Raise your laptop. Read with your head up, not bowed. 8 weeks after Margaret started, the side profile photo she sent showed a measurable change in her cervico-mental angle, the angle between her chin and her throat. The skin had not disappeared. It had tightened against the underlying muscle, which had finally started working again. She did not get the result an $11,000 surgery would have given her. She got the result her own body was capable of producing for free. 12 months in, she still does the exercise once a day, now instead of twice. The maintenance dose is small. Here is exactly what to do in the next 12 hours. 1. Stand in front of the mirror, tilt your chin up, and take a side profile photo with your phone. Save it. This is your before. 2. Do the 3-0-second sequence once tonight. Tongue pressed to the roof of your mouth, head tilted back, lower jaw pushed forward. Hold 10 seconds. 3 rounds. 3. Tomorrow morning, do it again. Add the chin tuck, 5 repetitions of 5 seconds each. 4. Set a phone reminder once an hour to do a single 5-second platysma contraction during the day. 5. Take another side profile photo on day 30, day 60, and day 90. The change will be small at 30, visible at 60, and obvious at 90. Now, before you close this video, 2 things to do, and please take 10 seconds to answer both in the comments. How old are you? The protocol you just heard is calibrated for adults over 60, but it works strongly into the 70s and 80s, and many people in their 50s use it preventively before the collapse begins. Drop your age in the comments. The number of people in each age bracket directly shapes what gets covered next. And where are you watching from? City, country, time of day. Every comment with a location gets read. Someone watching at 3 in the morning in a cold climate has different concerns than someone watching at 9 in the morning in a warm one, and that information shapes the next videos. So write your age and your location below. And if this 30-second exercise reaches one person who has stopped wearing scarves she actually loves, stopped stepping into family photos, or stopped looking at his own profile in store windows, please send the link to them. The 30 seconds is free. The result is biological. And nobody is going to walk through any of this at a regular doctor's appointment because there is no billing code for showing someone a muscle they didn't know they had.